This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our meeting. The time is now 12:18 p.m., and we will call this meeting to order. It has been posted as required by state law, and we'll begin with the roll call.
City of Harlingen,
Present.
City of Mission, Willacy County, City of Brownsville, City of Edinburgh,
Present.
City of Westaco, Cameron County, Hidalgo County,
Present.
City of Alamo, City of Donna, Sullivan City, San Perlita, City of Los Fresnos,
Here.
City of McAllen, City of Fort, City of Raymondville,
Here.
City of San Benito, City of San Juan, UTRGV, South Texas College, TSTC, Troy Allen, Mr. Mills, Jim Darling, Tony Chavez,
Present.
Miss Ann Cass,
Present.
and Miss Lopita Martinez.
Present.
Okay, at this time, we're short by one. We're trying to get Mayor Guerra from San Benito to log on. As soon as he logs on, we'll have quorum. However, we can continue to move on with the presentations or the rest of the agenda.
Okay, sounds good. At this time, I'll ask everybody to please stand as Manny leads us in our invocation.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we begin this meeting by giving you thanks for the opportunity to gather here today. Merciful God, you remind us in your words that you're always with us and will never leave us. You are the place that we find refuge, comfort, and peace. Open our ears so we can hear your voice and our hearts to receive your word. Guide us during our discussions here today as we conduct business that will affect the citizens of the Rio Grande Valley. Give us clarity of mind to act in their best interest and not ours. We pray that this meeting is successful, productive, and blessed. Almighty God, we give you the glory for what we accomplished. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Now the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Item 2, consideration and action to approve the meeting minutes for the May 29, 2024 meeting. Is there any amendments? If not, is there a motion to approve?
And for the record, we have quorum.
Wonderful. Welcome, Judge Guerra. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment? Okay. Moving on. Manny?
Yes, and obviously we had a little bit trouble getting quorum. There's a couple of conflicts today. Then we have the commissioners and judges conference at the island, so don't you all go anywhere. So just wait till the meeting's over, and then you can go to South Padre Island. So thank you for being here. The next item on the agenda, we have under administration, we have two presentations. First presentation, Dr. Chanran from AltCare Foundation to present This way, please.
This way.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Rashmi Chandran. I am the president of All Care Foundation. Thank you for having us here today. Just wanted to let you all know a little bit about our non-for-profit organization. Fairly new, it's been about 8-9 months. Our theory of change is to help the underserved and unserved communities of Rio Grande Valley, the four counties, Hidalgo, Cameron, Willacy, and Starr, by not being the boots on the ground, but being the bridging capital for the boots on the ground, the organizations that are already working in the non-for-profit world, the businesses, the education institutions, and the healthcare institutions. So in an effort towards that, we've already connected with about 100 entities through our listening sessions, our cluster meetings, and we have 2 pilot projects that's already being designed, more than likely in La Sara, Donna, and Argyle area. So we're excited about that. And there are rack cards in the front that gives a little bit more information about us. We do have one of our board members here who was kind enough to invite us here today, Ms. Veronica Gonzalez. And we also have some esteemed other community long-term leaders as our board members. So happy to be a part of serving the community, and thank you for having us today.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here.
I just wanted to comment. I had enough boards already that I'm serving on, but I couldn't say no to Rashmi because I love the mission of the organization is to help those that are underserved and to really connect people with services, because there's so many great organizations doing work throughout the Rio Grande Valley, but many times a person doesn't know how to get those services or doesn't even know that they exist, or the two don't know that maybe they're doing similar work. And so partnering with, also getting some information from the university on the different colonias that exist and the services that are necessary, still we're able to design a good program. So I'm very happy to serve on that board, and we just wanted to spread the word about what Alta Care Foundation is doing.
Fantastic. It's phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the information. Glad to have you here. The next presentation is program and services that support the Rio Grande Valley community. We have Ms. Patricia Rosenlund from the Easter Seals. She is the executive director. Welcome.
Thank you so much, and really appreciate that really introduction, because I'm going to tag right on to that as if there are no accidents, right? So I'm Patty, as you said, and the director of Easter Seals, and really appreciate the opportunity to talk about my favorite subject of Easter Seals. So don't panic, this will be short, but I'm going back to 1919, just giving you a little history on Easter Seals, because I think the foundation of Easter Seals is no different than it is today. That is, until you need services, you don't really think about disabilities or think about what that organization does. But in 1919, the founder, Edgar Allen, was in a park in Chicago, and a streetcar came around the tracks and plowed into his family and other families that were there. So he was thrust into the world of needing to access services. And kind of to Veronica's point, was left to find, where do I get help? And what they did back in 1919 is discovered there were no services for children with physical disabilities. So they began to, he went to his Rotarians actually and said, we need to have a fundraiser. So they began to sell penny seals, which are still around today. So I left some on the table so you can take those home as a memory of how Easter seals started. It was fun. The fundraising was happening during the time of Easter, so that kind of got incorporated into the name. The thing I want you to know about Easter Seals is that the structure is an affiliate structure, meaning yes, we have a national office, but they're not the authority over us. We're grassroots, developed, and independent in the community and developing services to meet the community needs. We have a broad footprint. Up in the upper left-hand corner is our admin site that's been there since the 50s. And we, about 30 years ago, renovated to become an administration site. Our programs are primarily home-based, so it is a place for staff and admin to work from. Below that is our Harlingen site. And next to that is we're in Starr County. And again, it's part of a location, a visual structure, but really just where our staff work from. The Child Care Center sits right behind our administrative site, and that was developed, you might think Easter Seals and child care, but children in our early intervention program, children who had disabilities and delays, were being turned away from their neighborhood child care center. So the intention was we'll start a child care center and show the community and child care centers how kids can work together. No special nurses, not a lot of accommodations needed. But that was like 25 years ago, and we're still in business. Unfortunately, I want to be put out of business because I want every child care center in the Rio Grande Valley to really welcome kids of all abilities. So we're still working toward that goal. We have a Jasmine site that you may know if you're familiar with that area. It was the McAllen Housing Authority building, and we have our home visiting programs there. Up on the top right is one of our newest sites, and it's Family Resource Center. So that's not a program, but a site, a place for families to come in and get information and resources, basic needs. We have parenting classes and workshops, counseling. There's a fabulous lactation room. So a lot of support services where people can come, not a program, but maybe access services. As we were talking about earlier, there's a silo, right? But this is a place where families can come and learn about what's available to them. Then almost a year ago, last August, we opened a second Family Resource Center, did things a little differently. We located it right inside of the South Texas College campus in Starr County, getting great results there. The idea that's where young families are with young children, but we're also serving the community there. So a great partnership launched there. This is kind of not a joke, but I put the umbrella, and you might think it's because I have to use a hand gesture. The umbrella of services. Okay, Easter Seals has an umbrella services. So we have our early childhood intervention. That's the core of our home visiting programs for infants and toddlers with delays or disabilities, birth to 3. That's the therapy program. Then we discovered there was a need for kids who had a delay, maybe not enough to be eligible for therapy, but it's a safety net program to help parents help their children learn developmental milestones, identify those delays early when we can do something about them. Safe Care is a program that is primarily used with our CPS partners. We go in, work with families who have been touched by the CPS system. And it's a little more directive. We say, stop doing this and do this. So it's a little more, not meeting where you are, but just a little more directive. Then our hippie program, everybody likes to say hippie, and it's home instruction for parents of preschool youngsters. That's our school readiness program. 2, 3, and 4-year-olds get ready for school. They're not connected to a child care center or early learning program. Just a couple sentences about funding sources. Most of our funding is from grants funneled through the Texas Health and Human Services that come to us. We get some workforce money for our child care center. Prevention and early intervention provides our home visiting source. And one of our newest projects, it's not a program, but a project, is Help Me Grow. And out on the table, I've put an invitation. On Friday, we're having a summit, and everyone in this room is kind of my target audience. We want everyone in the business community to understand how to help families access services if they present to a bank. I mean, you don't know all of the different resources, but you can say, go to Help Me Grow, call Easter Seals at Help Me Grow, and we'll take it from there. We've developed business cards for law enforcement. So when they go to a home, and it might not be a go to jail or arrest you situation, but it might be this family looks messy, they can hand a card to them and just say, call them, they'll help you. So you don't need to know a lot except to really, from any access point, get kids and families the help they need. And this is the Help Me Grow focus. It's on helping families get what they need, join together on community outreach, not work in silos, but really also work with healthcare and childcare systems to not wait when a delay is identified, but to intervene early when it makes a difference. The other component is on Friday we'll share that we do make decisions and track our progress through data. It's not, throwing spaghetti at the wall. We really look at our trends and our data to make sure it's having impact. You can be a part of this by joining, liking Easter Seals RGV on Facebook. Every Wednesday, it's Help Me Grow Wednesday. We'll put out some developmental information so parents can start having access to information, and that gives them a link to Help Me Grow and maybe provide services that they might need. There's the lactation room at our Family Resource Center. We partner with Buckner. So social services are all busy, but we're so much better when we're working together and really supporting each other on their specific goals. And that's the Help Me Grow agenda. I couldn't resist. We're having our telethon coming up August 17th. Veronica's probably going, oh no. Would love every one of you to be involved, and this is an opportunity, although we're funded through grants don't cover everything, and childcare is a particular need to support through our fundraising efforts. Last slide, promise. We're getting more involved with parent voice. You're going to hear focus groups, and we all think we know what we need in our community, but are we really asking parents? So we do a periodic, the burst we're calling it, and that is to educate within our own organization on topics and how to stay even out of the silos within our programs. But we have a parent advocate, salaried person on our staff that we're not asking parents to always volunteer, but we're paying her for her voice and to consult with other parents who may just want to talk to another parent. Joanna has been a great addition to our staff, keeping that parent voice front and center. So at Easter Seals, we are an organization, we have our programs, but we're really committed to collaborating with communities, with social service organizations, and certainly the business community. Thank you.
Just wanted to add something. Patty has been with Easter Seals for how many years, Patty? 27 years, and they have seen so much growth in Easter Seals. One of the things that I really like too is that, sometimes you go, oh, well, what is your income level to qualify for? It doesn't matter what your income level is with Easter Seals. Anybody can seek their services. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you for all you do. We appreciate you. All right, moving on.
Moving on, really quick, just wanted to introduce new staff. Again, we had a list of staff that came on board. Mr. Brando Maldonado joined our administrative team. Jack Cano, Community Economic Development. Reese, Maintenance Specialist, Valley Metro. Alberto Gonzalez and Anthony Rios, Valley Metro. We have Ms. Aida Zuniga, AAA, and then we have Ms. Maribel Alonso with our RGV 911 district. So again, some of them are here, so welcome aboard. Greatly appreciate you being here. My next item real quick, because I know there's a long list of action items for some of the departments, but just wanted to point out, I did have an opportunity to attend this year's Rio Grande Valley 2024 RGV to DC. It was packed with a lot of great information. We were able to secure the presence of some of our legislators. For example, Congressman Gonzalez, Congressman De La Cruz, Senator Ted Cruz, and Representative Colin Aldred were some of the presenters. As you know, we have a list of many needs here in the Valley, and some of these needs are under economic development, transportation and infrastructure, broadband, education and workforce, and something that's been on our radar here for the last couple of months, water resources, water and environmental resources. Just know, and I'm sure some of you or most of you know that our legislators have this on their sites as far as the drought. They've been in discussions, communication with the Mexican government. And so at this point in time, they've informed us that they'll be scaling back on some of the funding that they provide to Mexico in return until they provide us with what they owe us as far as the water situation. I believe we're about to be on our 5th year cycle of the cycle, and they've only produced about maybe not even 400 cubic feet of water. And so that's a very, very small amount because the total is 1.7 million acre feet. And so for them to make up that difference between now and the end of the 5th year cycle, it would be next to impossible. And so some of the other legislation that's taking place is they're going to put more restrictions on the managing oversight of the water resources, keeping more tabs on a yearly basis instead of, pushing the can down the road. They'll provide it whenever they have it or whenever they want. And so that's one of the top items that was discussed, and all the legislators know about that and have taken obviously proactive approach to try to resolve that. We were about, I think, a day late because they had South Texas Days as well on the 12th. We were there on the 12th. And so, but nevertheless, we had our agenda with the RGV partnership. And it's a good event. I highly encourage for next year, if you're interested, to please attend. It was very motivating and a lot of great speakers and information that was shared by our representatives. So highly encourage participation. So can't wait till next year. We also had staff from the various funding agencies, a Bureau of Reclamation, IBWC, Federal Transit Administration, Health and Human Services, and the North American International Trade Administration. And so great information. As you know, we did get some rain, but it wasn't enough to fill our our reservoirs. I think before the rain, we had never before seen levels, 17%, which is very dire. And so this little rain, just a trickle in our reservoirs. So we still need desperately some rain or some water in our reservoirs. That's it.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't see.
Ms. Ancast, did you have a question?
It's not really a question, it's a statement. Last week at the Regional Water Advisory Group, I clarified it with Jim Darling, and that is that Mexico is not out of compliance with the International Treaty of the IBWC until the end of the 5th year. And in the past, we have been this far, and we get a tropical storm or a hurricane, and then it starts over again. So they are not out of compliance yet. And Jim said that was correct. So I just wanted to, well, we seem to be blaming Mexico. They don't have any water either. So, but they're not really out of compliance with the treaty until the end of the 5th year.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to try to make up for some time since we got a late start, but moving on to item 5, department reports, community and economic development. Ms. Gonzalez?
Good afternoon, everybody. Today I actually have 4 agenda items or action items. The first one is consideration and action to approve the reappointment of our even number year Regional Water Resource Advisory Committee RERAC members. So if you look on the list, it would be Hidalgo County Precinct 4, Willacy County Precinct 4, City of Alamo, City of Harlingen, City of Brownsville, City of Donna, and then Valley Grande Institute for Academic Studies. I'd like to see if I could have a motion for approval.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And then the second item I have is consideration and action to approve the updated Solid Waste Advisory Committee bylaws. These bylaws, I think, were shipped to y'all. We did have some changes. We had a SWAC meeting yesterday. My SWAC members did approve the changes and the amendments on these bylaws. So I'm asking for approval for the approved SWAC bylaws from yesterday's SWAC meeting.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. My third action item is a consideration and action to approve reappointment for even number year for Solid Waste Advisory Committee SWAC members. Though, if you see them up there, we've got City of Mission, City of Brownsville, McAllen, San Juan, Alamo, Valley Tire Recycling, RDA Technologies, UTRGV, Private Citizen, and Private Citizen. And I just, for you who have been on the board for a while, I know you've never seen the SWAC bylaws or the SWAC committee members reappointments on the agenda. But since I've been here, I asked Mr. Cruz if it would okay if I could start bringing the SWAC items as well for consistency for all our advisory committees. So today I'm asking for approval for the reappointment of the even number members.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And my final item is consideration and action to approve a Texas Commission on Environmental Quality Solid Waste Infrastructure for Recycling Swiffer grant. Back in September, the TCEQ reached out to us. They reached out to their top 5 councils of governments with some money for our Swiffer grant, which is for food composting. We are actually going to partner with Region 1, and they are going to do a food composting project at 4 high schools, 2 in Hidalgo County, 1 in Cameron, and 1 in Willacy. They are going to be contracted the money. So it's actually just going to be a contract to Region 1. We do not have any administrative costs for this grant. We will be using our current solid waste grant to administer this grant for TCEQ. So I'm asking for approval. We've got Mission High School, Mayor. We've got in Hidalgo County, we've got Mission and PSJ. And in Cameron County, we've got the high school, Los Fresnos High School, and in Willacy County, Lyford High School.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And the only 2 announcements I have is to remind everybody that on July 25th, we will have our first annual regional small cities coalition conference. We reached out not only to our small cities, but our medium-sized cities. We don't want to leave them as out. So we're encouraging everybody to get, the registration forms have been sent out we're trying to get everybody registered. So go back to your communities if you're a small or medium-sized city and get with them to register your staff to come over to the Regional Small Cities Coalition meeting on July 25th from 9 to 2 here in the Ken Jones facility. And then the other item I have is just our next Regional Economic Development Advisory Committee, our EDAC, will be meeting on July 16th at 10 a.m. here in the Ken Jones room. And that's all. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And Ms. Lopez?
Good afternoon. I'm going to be very quick so everyone can go to the island. And if Manny gives me permission, I'll go too. I do not have any action items for today. I do have an update on those fans that I spoke about last month. We allocated $9,000. We purchased 300 standing fans. And while you're out at the island in July, we will be distributing those across the region. Besides from that, we do have a workshop for August 9th. You may save the date and pass the knowledge. We are going to have a workshop on ethical practices. This will be for any social workers, mental health professionals, or related fields. We will be having, we're still confirming, but anywhere from 3 to 4 presenters, and we will be providing CEUs for those who may need those. That will be August 9th. Other than that, in July, we will be working on our semi-annual report in comparison to our area plan to see where we're standing, and we will provide those to you in August. Any questions?
Thank you.
Enjoy your rest of the day. Thank you.
Can she go, Manny? Public safety.
She can take me, I'll take her luggage, something.
Yes, good afternoon, Mayor, board members. Cesar Criminal Justice Homeland Security. Quick, no action items on the docket. I do want to fast forward to a training that our department, my department, will be hosting That is the training, identification, preparedness planning. So every 5 years, all jurisdictions from the local level, county levels, and so on, need to redo their emergency plans to have on in the event of emergency, their emergency operations plans. And this training is a management 418 training for your emergency managers, your coordinators, those that are new, those that are maybe need a refresher. This would be September 19 and 20. It is a 2-day course. It is here at the Ken Jones Executive Boardroom. It is free of charge to those individuals, and it is also open to all those that are sitting on the board. It's again 2-day course, and it's very crucial for that. And this is building off the Ready RGV conference, and it's just been getting more momentum after that. So if you attended the conference, you got a little bit of a taste of emergency management and planning. So this is the in-depth part of it, especially when it comes to implementing those plans and drafting those 2025 through 2030 emergency operations plans. And as you can see, the participants there, government administration, the private sector, and non-government organizations, emergency management, healthcare and public health, that is a very big one. And I do believe that public safety is also public health and vice versa. Your public works departments, law enforcement, fire, communications, and your hazardous material individuals. So please help me out, and if you can, get this word out. The registration QR code is there. It is, again, 100% free, and it will be here at the Ken Jones, September 19 and 20. Pending your questions, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving right along.
Yes, next item is the Police Academy, Mr. Javier Solis.
Good afternoon, Madam Mayor, esteemed board members. I have 3 action items. I'll be brief. The first one is consideration and action to accept the donation of 2 surplus police vehicles to be utilized for law enforcement training as part of an interlocal agreement between the Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 4 office and the Lower Rio Grande Valley Academy. 2 vehicles were donated to us by the Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 4 office. They will be utilized simply for driving operations for our cadets. I'm seeking your approval.
Second. Motion to approve?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 2, consideration and action to approve an interlocal agreement as authorized by the Interlocal Cooperation Act, Chapter 791, Texas Government Code with the City of Donna, Texas, by and through the Donna Police Department for the purpose of utilizing the El Indio Law Enforcement Gun Range for law enforcement firearms training, and with the authority to have LRGVDC Executive Director Manuel Cruz sign and finalize the agreement.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 3, consideration and action to approve an interlocal agreement as authorized by the Interlocal Cooperation Act, Chapter 791, Texas Government Code with the City of La Joya, Texas, by and through the La Joya Police Department for the purpose of utilizing the La Joya Shooting Range for law enforcement firearms training, and with the authority to have LRGVDC Executive Director Manuel Cruz sign and finalize the agreement.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
The next item is the Rio Grande Valley Emergency Communication District, Mr. Dennis Moreno.
Good afternoon, board. I'll be brief. I'm going to circle back to our GIS. There's a reason for that. I'm going to go into our 911 IT team. They successfully conducted a Power 911 training session. This training allowed both current and new dispatchers to learn the functionality of the system. We conducted this course at our headquarters where 23 dispatchers can simulate 911 calls and texting. Also, our community engagement has been out there in force. We're actively educating the public about importance of correctly addressing your physical address and promoting texting to 911. We're working to increase our awareness to encourage the use of text to 911 when you cannot speak. If you wish for us to attend any of your events, please have a request submitted on our rgv911.org website, and it'll be on our homepage. Let me circle back to our GIS team. They have a Rubicon dashboard update. I would like to highlight the great work our team has been doing. They created new ticketing software with our GIS technicians along with Esri engineers. We worked for several months to gather specifications needed for our region. This allows the community to submit address requests online and distributing workload. This allows further streamlining our ticketing process for new development. The CEO of Esri, Jack Duggerman, who's recognized as one of the most influential people in the field of geographic information system, GIS technology, was so impressed with the new system that he asked if we could demonstrate this software at our national Esri conference next month in San Diego. So this is going to be conducted during his keynote speech. So we're very proud of that. And we're proud that we created a model that serves as our community, and it was started here in the Rio Grande Valley. So if you guys have any questions, I'm available.
Awesome. Great walk. Great job.
Thank you.
I do want to add that we were recipients most recently due to Proposition 8 of about 4.6 million for the RGV 911 district. So this will continue our efforts to maintain our new 911 system, digital system. That's very accurate when somebody calls 911 up to where they're standing, pinpoints their location. So it's a tremendous efforts and funding that we got to continue our efforts with 911.
Fantastic. Tom?
Mayor, honorable board members, we have 3 action items. Our first action item is for consideration and action to approve hardware acquisition for Valley Metro. We're looking at replacing all of our laptops, tablets, PCs, along with relocating our server room and upgrading our server room.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Second action item, consideration and action to approve acquisition of miscellaneous and shop equipment for Valley Metro. This is to support and maintain our fleet.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Third action item is consideration and action to approve request to submit a proposal to the Federal Transit Administration notice of funding opportunity for transit-oriented development. This funding will be used to create our land master development plan for our new site here in Westlaco, the Cockpot site here in Westlaco, and we're going to be relocating our headquarters to this location. So we want to do the master plan. It's 27 acres. So we want to make sure that it's not only transit, but we create some synergy there where we have affordable housing, we have retail, we have office space, and we have green areas for the public to enjoy. Along with that, we also will be asking for funding to look into the bus rapid transit from Harlingen to McAllen via Business 83. We currently have some service, but we see the potential for more rapid movement of people between on that alignment.
Second.
Second by Mayor Garza. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Do we have MPO?
No, they don't have a meeting this afternoon as well. They've just been postponed to the end of the month.
Correct. Okay, so item 7, you are unfinished business. We have Mayor Garza. You wanted to share?
Yeah, so members of the board, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to invite everybody to our city tomorrow evening. We have an event to celebrate the designation of Edinburgh as the All-America City again for 2024. And it's the 4th time that our city's been designated. So the National Civic League, actually the executive director, thanks to GrantWorks, thank you all for inviting them. They're actually coming down to present the actual award at our city hall. So just, wanted to thank all the delegation that went with us there in the city. The National Civic League is going to be there. So if any cities, I know everybody here is worthy of an All-America City. If you want to learn what it takes or what they look for, the president, is that correct? The president's going to be here, the National Civic League. Hey, feel free to go by and pick his brain. And it is a very competitive process, but I know a lot of cities here have been designated, but some that haven't. But I think if you just put together your efforts, the whole valley should be an All-American, Rio Grande Valley, I think. But we have the celebration tomorrow, so I just wanted to invite everybody. It's tomorrow at City Hall at 6 p.m.
That's exciting. And we are all so incredibly proud of you. And I know that it was a lot of hard work. And I saw that you took folks from your community, which is fantastic, really community oriented. And putting, anything that puts the Rio Grande Valley on the map is good for all of us in our region. So we're so, at least at that, I think, we always have these conversations, and so we're so proud to do that. And I hope, I'm going to see if I can go, but
You're more than welcome. So
definitely.
thank you.
Is there anything else anybody needed to share? Right there.
The one on the left.
There you go.
Right.
Okay, so I apologize. My voice is very loud, I think I don't need a mic, right? But other people have to hear me. So I want to also, since we're thanking this group of people that work so hard for us, I want to take the opportunity to thank this organization. Because of this, I'm able to serve as one of the members for the American Flood Coalition. And I was invited to go to DC to talk about flooding at DC, and was able to talk to Monica de la Cruz, Vicente Gonzalez, Ted Cruz, and other leaders that help our community. And while I was there, I also mentioned the fact that the 1944 treaty and the fact that we need to make sure that we stick together. And why, if we live in Texas, why do we have to be telling people we can't use water when it's really a right? So it is through their hard work, through the Lower Rio Grande Development Council members, employees, and everybody who does their job, and where would you go and have the opportunity to speak up for Memphis or for the Lower Rio Grande Valley. So I just want to publicly thank. And I know we had the meeting before, and I wanted to say thank you, but I think this is the perfect time. And also wanted to commend this young man right here, because I was also there at the 911. It was our first time. That's why I went to the conference. But I'm definitely going to make sure that our community of Sullivan, our police department, fire department, and whoever needs to go to that goes and takes advantage of that. I learned so much just sitting there, and I want to commend, Mayor Sepulveda for taking that lead, because it takes all of us to do that, but also to complement everybody's effort. So I want to thank Manny and everybody who works for this to happen. So I just want to thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for being a part of this board. We can't do this without you leadership. Thank you.
Definitely, we appreciate you. I think there was someone online that raised their hand.
I think they applaud.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Yay. Awesome. Okay, if there's nothing else, okay, yes.
Please.
Okay.
I'm Steve Mataro, Executive Vice President of GrantWorks, and this is Natalie, our Vice President of GrantWorks. And I'm going to let her speak because she's really good at this, but I just want to say something personal to the mayor, if you don't mind. 2 cities in Texas brought home this amazing, and I mean amazing, victory out of all the cities in the country. 10 of them were picked to be the winners. 2 of them from Texas brought it home. But with that said, here's what really touched me, more importantly, that not just the love and passion of what they shared in this competition, honoring the Lower Rio Valley and all of what goes on down here, but the mayor and the city invited the kids in the band from the city of Lamarck. And these are inner city kids. And the city put together these kids, low to moderate, poor families, not a school band, not a professional band, put this talented group of children together to make this band, which was amazing. And they did an amazing job. But the mayor and them reached out to the city of Lamarck, invited these kids to come on a bus trip, come all the way and visit and perform for your city. And these kids were given medals by the mayor and honored by the city and recognized by the city. And this is a sister city. But to this city, what I've seen, the seeds that were planted in these children will never be forgotten. When you put them medals on them and the city honored them and they got to go and perform, several of them said to Natalie, and we were there, we feel like we're on tour, right? They couldn't believe how you honored them and respected them for their talents and that. So to me, the most thing that I got out of the whole thing, and I was up in Denver through this all with you guys, but the love and passion and seeds that your city opened up to another city and their children, so classy and so important. So thank you from the bottom of Lamarck's heart and all that you guys did. So thank you. Natalie will talk a second about the event. Yeah, you want to say something about it? Go ahead.
I can leave it there. Go ahead.
Well, thank you all very, very much for allowing us to be here. Mayor, thank you for allowing GrantWorks to just be part of everything that you guys accomplished, because this is your accomplishment. This is the city of Edinburgh's accomplishment. And it was wonderful to be in that room where everybody was chanting Texas, Texas, you know, and that was just, you couldn't make that up. But this event is going to be an extension of those festivities and that celebration and honoring and bringing the president of the National Civic League, Doug Linkhart, here all the way from Denver into South Texas to the Valley. I am from South Texas. I'm from Corpus Christi. That's where I grew up. And so I have family in the Valley. So for me, bringing somebody who's never been to this part of the United States and sharing with them how wonderful it is to be in the Rio Grande Valley and our culture, who we are and what we do, I think that is just going to be one of the most special things ever to see, you know? So hopefully we don't scare him off too much, but it's definitely going to be a great event. So Thursday evening, yes, at City Hall at 6 p.m. So thank you all. Have a good one.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us. We are adjourned. Unless you had something? No? Okay.